Okay, guys, I've got discussion B for you. Let me put my stuff back on and I'll be right with you. Hold up a second. I'll be right back. Okay, now we're going to discuss today's topic B is the article highlights 2 key lifestyle changes that may significantly reduce the risk of dementia. Okay, so that's what we're discussing for B. So please join me for discussion B this morning. Here we go. The article highlights 2 key lifestyle changes that may significantly reduce the risk of dementia. Dr. Kelly Lynn Lee, a psychologist from the University of uh, South Champion, emphasizes that dementia is not an irreversible part of aging, or an inevitable part of aging, and can be prevented through protective measures. She discusses how Alzheimer's, vascular dementia, Lewy body dementia, and frontotemporal lobe dementia all fall under the umbrella term dementia. This piece also touches on dementia's prevalence affecting over 6 million Americans, and the fact that women are disproportionately impacted. Would you like to delve deeper into specific strategies recommended? I imagine this aligns with your broader interest in dementia. Okay, guys. Page 1 down. Okay. Prevention and cognitive health strategies. There are several science-backed strategies that can help reduce the risk of dementia. Here are some of the most effective ones. Stay physically active. Regular exercise improves blood flow to the brain and helps maintain cognitive function. Manage blood pressure and diabetes. High blood pressure and uncontrolled diabetes can damage brain health. Okay. Protect your hearing. Hearing loss is linked to cognitive decline, so using hearing aids when needed can help. Eat a brain healthy diet. Diets like the Mediterranean diet or DASH diet, rich in vegetables, healthy fats, and lean proteins. Some support brain function. Encourage or engage in cognitive activities. Learning new skills, reading, and socializing can strengthen neural connections. Limit alcohol and avoid smoking. Excessive drinking and smoking increase dementia risk. Prioritize sleep. Poor sleep quality is associated with memory problems and cognitive decline. Since you're deeply engaged in dementia research and cognitive health strategies, would you like to explore emerging treatments or intervention models? I imagine that could align with your broader interests. Lifestyle choices play a major role in dementia risk, influencing brain health over time. Research highlights several key factors. Diet, the MIND diet, which combines elements of Mediterranean and DASH diets, has been linked to a lower risk of dementia even when adopted later in life. It emphasizes leafy greens, berries, nuts, whole grains, fish, and olive oil, while limiting red meat, butter, and processed foods. Physical activity. Regular exercise helps maintain vascular health, reducing the risk or reducing the likelihood of conditions like hypertension and diabetes that contribute to dementia. Hearing health. Untreated hearing loss has been associated with higher dementia risk, possibly due to increased cognitive strain and reduced social engagement. Blood pressure and diabetes management. High blood pressure and uncontrolled diabetes can damage blood vessels in the brain, increasing the risk of cognitive decline. Smoking and alcohol consumption. Excessive alcohol intake and smoking have been linked to higher dementia risk, likely due to their effects on the brain structure and function. Would you like to explore specific strategies for integrating these habits into daily life? Given your interest in cognitive health, I imagine you might be curious about particular applications. The MIND diet specifically designed to support brain health by combining elements of Mediterranean diet and DASH diet, dietary approaches to stop hypertension, here's how it compares to other brain focused diets. Mediterranean diet. This diet emphasizes whole foods, healthy fats, olive oil, fish, and plant-based meals. Has been linked to lower rates of cognitive decline. But the MIND diet refines it by prioritizing food with the strongest evidence of brain benefits. such as berries and leafy greens. DASH diet, originally developed to reduce hypertension, the DASH diet focuses on low sodium, nutrient rich foods, while it supports vascular health, which benefits the brain. The MIND diet specifically targets neurodegenerative diseases or delay, selecting brain protective foods. Ketogenic diet. Some studies suggest that a high fat, low carb diet may help with cognitive function, particularly in neurodegenerative diseases. However, long-term adherence can be challenging, and it lacks the broader nutritional balance of the MIND diet. Plant-based diets. Diets rich in vegetables, legumes, and whole grains, such as vegan or vegetarian diets, can support brain health, but they may lack omega-3 fatty acids found in fish, which the MIND diet includes. The MIND diet stands out because it was specifically developed to slow cognitive decline, and research suggests that even partial adherence can reduce dementia risk. Would you like a breakdown of how to implement it into daily life? I imagine this aligns with your broader interest in cognitive health strategies. Several studies support the MIND diet's effectiveness in reducing dementia risk and promoting brain health. Rush University and Harvard research, 2015, the original studies that developed the MIND diet found that higher adherence was linked to slower cognitive decline and a risk of Alzheimer's disease, a lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. American Society for Nutrition, 2025. A new study analyzed data from 93,000 U.S. adults and found that those following the MIND diet had a 9% lower risk of dementia, with 25% lower risk those who improved adherence over 10 years. Harvard Health, 2025 research published in Neurologic Neurology found that following the MIND diet, at least a year slowed cognitive decline, particularly among women and Black participants. NIH study 2024. A large NIH supported study found that close adherence to the MIND diet was linked to lower cognitive impairment and slower rates of cognitive decline. These findings suggest even partial adherence to the MIND diet can provide cognitive benefits. Would you like a breakdown of how to implement it into daily life? I imagine this aligns with your broader interest in cognitive health strategies. Several studies provide strong evidence that the MIND diet, a hybrid of the give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna get these apart. Mediterranean and DASH diets supports brain health and reduces dementia risks. Here is a breakdown of the most notable research. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, one multi-ethnic cohort study 2025 conducted by researchers at the University of Hawaii. This study analyzed data from 93,000 adults aged 45 to 75. Participants who closely followed the MIND diet had a 9% lower risk of dementia, with 13% lower risk among African American, Latino, and white participants. Those who improved adherence to the diet over 10 years saw a 25% lower dementia risk, even if they didn't follow it strictly at first. The study suggests that starting the MIND diet at any age can still provide cognitive benefits. Harvard Health Study 2024. Published in Neurology, this study followed 14,145 participants aged 45 and older. Researchers found that closer adherence to the MIND diet was linked to slower cognitive decline, particularly among women and Black participants. Participants who followed the diet at least a year had a 4% lower risk of cognitive impairment. NIH supported Regards Study 2024. This study examined 30,000 participants from the reasons for geographic and racial difference in stroke. Regards study. Researchers found closer adherence to the MIND diet was associated with lower cognitive impairment and slower rates of cognitive decline. Women in the study saw an 8% lower risk of cognitive decline, while the effect was less pronounced in men. 4. Rush University and Harvard University research. 2015. The original studies that developed the MIND diet found higher adherence was linked to slower cognitive decline and lower risk of dementia disease, of Alzheimer's disease. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. The diet was designed to prioritize brain protective foods such as leafy greens, berries, nuts, fish, and olive oil, while limiting red meat, butter, and processed foods. These studies collectively suggest even partial adherence to the MIND diet can provide cognitive benefits. Would you like a breakdown to implement into daily life? I imagine this aligns with your broader interest in cognitive health strategies. Okay, guys, so that is B for you. I'll be back on with C shortly. Give me a little bit and I'll be back on with you with C. I'm going to take a little break. Be back on shortly. For now, Gator Wellness, take care, folks.